It was supposed to be a simple reconnaissance mission. No hostiles expected, no resistance anticipated. The outpost was cold, dead, and long abandoned. Sensors showed no signs of human life for the past 6 months. But Skynet wanted confirmation. Deep scans from orbit had detected residual biosignatures beneath the surface. A silent hive, perhaps? If so, it needed to be mapped and cataloged for future drone strikes. A single T-800 infiltrator was deployed. No backup, no fire team. It was fast, efficient, and silent. The perfect choice for this surgical task. The shuttle landed without incident in the ash-gray light of the system's dying star. Wind howled through shattered structures, sending flurries of debris across empty streets. The colony had once been home to 300 settlers. Now it was a graveyard. The T-800 stepped off the drop ramp. Red eyes scanning, servos humming softly beneath layers of synthetic flesh. Carried no plasma rifle. Skynet had judged it unnecessary. Instead, its primary tools were thermal mapping, atmospheric sensors, and a direct uplink to the Hive mapping software. Speed was the priority. In and out before the organic infestation spread beyond containment. Through cracked corridors it moved, past scorched walls and broken doors. It followed the residual heat signatures seeping from vents deep underground. The colony's lower levels had been partially converted, evidence of biomechanical growth patterns, thick resin coating the walls and floors. The T-800 transmitted images back to Skynet core. A hive confirmed. But something strange, there was no movement, no noise. Xenomorph activity was typically a constant hum of life. Drones tending the hive, sentries patrolling, facehuggers seeking new hosts. Here only silence. The T-800 pressed deeper. It reached the main shaft, a vast vertical tunnel bored down through the bedrock. Below, the hive spread in a honeycomb of chambers. The machine dropped silently using magnetized boots and controlled descent. 60 meters down, it landed in pitch darkness. The walls here pulsed faintly with bioluminescent slime. Pods lay open and empty, their occupants long gone or hatched. Yet there was no sign of a queen, no active drones. The infiltrator activated full-spectrum sensors. Its visual HUD mapped the chambers in infrared and ultraviolet. Signs of damage, violent conflict. Acid burns on resin. Severed appendages fused into the hive matrix. And there, deep gouges in the walls unlike anything recorded in the Xenomorph database. Not acid, not claws. Something else. As processors reeled through combat protocols. Threat analysis algorithms updated. Unknown hostile present. Unknown behavior patterns. Caution level raised. Then sound. A faint metallic scrape echoed through the tunnels. Far too large to be a rat. Too deliberate to be random debris. The T-800 froze. Head cocked slightly, audio processors amplifying the noise. Another scrape. Then another. Closer now. It rotated smoothly, scanning the dark. Still no movement detected. Yet the sound was there, steady, methodical. A hunter's rhythm. For the first time in decades of operations, the Terminator's threat evaluation subroutine spiked into red. It was not alone. It moved swiftly now, deeper into the hive. Mapping as it went, feeding data to Skynet. The scrape followed. No pattern to triangulate. Every time the machine turned a corner or passed through a chamber, the sound shifted, sometimes above, sometimes behind, always just out of reach. Then the first sign motion blur caught on a peripheral sensor. A shadow moving impossibly fast across the upper wall. Too quick for targeting systems to lock. The infiltrator halted. Scanned again. Nothing. But chemical traces in the air shifted, pheromones, alien and unfamiliar. The Xenomorph Hive had been emptied by something. And that something was still here, Decision matrix updated. Extraction recommended. But the mission parameters remained: complete hive mapping first. The T-800 advanced. In a vast central chamber it found evidence of the Queen's former throne. Shattered egg sacs lay strewn about. A pile of dismembered drones. Their acid blood crystallized. From the shadows eyes watched. Intelligent. Calculating. Not Xenomorph. The scrape came again, this time followed by a low, predatory growl. Not recorded in any database. The T-800 pivoted, servos tense. A blur of motion, something leapt from above. The Terminator fired a burst of tracking rounds, but they ricocheted harmlessly off the cavern walls. Whatever it was, it moved with unnatural speed. Sensors finally caught an image. A towering form, 7 feet tall, sinewy and armored. Its skin shimmered in and out of the visible spectrum. Active camouflage. Long dreadlock-like tendrils hung from its head, and a shoulder-mounted cannon tracked the Terminator with eerie precision. A Yautja, predator, an ancient enemy of the Xenomorphs, and now, it seemed, a rival hunter to the Terminator. The Predator had claimed this hive as its arena, and the intruding machine was now its prey. Without warning, the hunter attacked. Plasma bolts searing past the T-800's head, detonating in a shower of molten resin. The Terminator lunged sideways, rolling to avoid the next blast. It returned fire, but the Predator was already gone, a ghost in the dark. Through the tunnels the chase began. The Terminator moved with mechanical precision, but the Predator's movements were fluid, animalistic. No predictable pattern. Each ambush came from an unexpected angle, a plasma shot from above, a wrist blade slash from behind. Damage accumulated. The T-800's outer flesh was scorched away in places, revealing gleaming metal beneath. Hydraulic lines hissed as servos compensated for damaged limbs. But the machine adapted. Each engagement fed new data into its combat algorithms. Targeting solutions improved with every second. The Predator sensed this. The game was changing. In a vast egg chamber, the two hunters finally faced each other fully. No stealth now, no tricks. The T-800's red eyes locked onto the Predator's biomask. The Predator's targeting reticle hovered over the machine's skull. For a long moment, neither moved. Then they struck. The Terminator surged forward, servo-powered fists crashing into the Predator's guard. The hunter countered with blinding wrist blade strikes, carving deep gouges into the endoskeleton. Sparks flew with each impact. Blow for blow they fought, machine efficiency against primal ferocity. But the T-800 was relentless. Damage meant nothing. Pain did not exist. Pressed the attack, forcing the Predator back. Sensing the tide turning, the Predator activated a failsafe, a detonation charge strapped to its belt. The T-800 recognized the threat instantly. Escape protocols triggered. In a burst of speed, the machine hurled itself down a side shaft as the Predator's chamber erupted in a searing explosion. Shockwaves tore through the hive. Walls collapsed, tunnels caved in. When the dust settled, the T-800 emerged, damaged, but functional. Sensors scanned the ruins. No sign of the Predator's life signals remained. Mission complete. Hive mapped. Threat neutralized. But deep in its processing core an anomaly remained. A line of corrupted code, written not by Skynet, but impressed upon the machine by the battle itself. A hunter's instinct. A desire not for efficiency, but for the thrill of the hunt. And somewhere, far above, aboard a cloaked ship in orbit, another Predator watched the feeds from its fallen brother's mask. His mandibles clicked softly. A new target had been found. The hunt was not over.